Anyhow, in this hadith, Rasulullah said, the 70,000 who will go into Jannah will be those who did not used to do mantar and blow, who did not ask for blowing, and who did not take any bad omens from anything, and who did not take the cure through healing through hot iron rods, heating up iron and placing on the body. You know, in some illnesses, when there is infection, in the olden days where they couldn't remove the infection, they would heat up iron rods and put it on there, and the germs would die and the infection would be cured. So it was the last resort, but it was extremely painful because there was no anesthetic in those days. So the person would be awake and he would feel that pain and he would cry his head out, he would shout. So it would be really painful. So Rasulullah said, it's the last resort. If you can't find any other cure, then heat up that metal and put it on the body. So he said that, وَلَا يَكْتَوُونَ, those who don't do cure through that kayyun and through heating of the metal and putting on the body. So Rasulullah said, these are the people who will go into Jannah. There was one Sahabi who was seated there, and he stood up and he said, Ya Rasulullah, ud'u Allah an yaj'alani minhum. Pray to Allah that He includes me among those 70,000. So Rasulullah said, Allahumma ja'alhum minhum. And another narration, he said, Anta minhum. You are from them, Allah will make you from them. Another person stood up and he said, Ya Rasulullah, pray for me as well. And he said, Sabaqaka biha Ukkasha. Ukkasha radiallahu anhu went ahead of you in taking this dua. There was the time of acceptance, it is accepted for him. I can't pray that for you. If Allah wills, He will give you. May Allah also include us among those 70,000 who will go through that fast track into Jannah, inshallah. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given this special quality that from the other nations, no other nation, 70,000 people, many prophets, they didn't even have 70,000 followers. In one hadith said, يَجِيُّ النَّبِيُّ وَمَعُهُ الرَّجُلُ وَالرَّجُلَانِ وَالنَّبِيُّ وَلَيْسَ مَعَهُ أَحَدٌ. On the day of Qiyamah, some prophets will come, they will only have 1 or 2 followers. Some prophets without any followers, they will be alone. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has 70,000 going in Jannah through fast track, short route. And the others will go after the Hisab Kitab. So how much big will be his ummah? This is the special excellence of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Another favor is Kawthar, which he will be given in the garden. Oh sorry, we missed one out. Number 21. Another favor granted to him is seen in his word. The wasila is a station in the garden which is only proper for one of the slaves of Allah. Exalted is He, and I hope that I will be him. If anyone asks for the wasila for me, intercession will be incumbent upon him. Wasila, like Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said over here, manzilatun fil jannah la yanbaghi illa li'abdin min ibadillah wa arju an akuna ana huwa. That it's a special position, high status in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is only for one person among the whole mankind, humanity. And I have hope that I will be given that position. So he said, when you hear azan, then after azan, ask Allah to give me that wasila, and I will intercede for you on the day of Qiyamah. He said, whosoever hears the azan and he says this dua, Allahumma rabba hadihi da'wati tamma was salatil qa'ima ati sayyidina Muhammadan lil wasila wal fadila wa ba'thu maqaman mahmudan alladhi wa'adta. And in some narration, warzuqna shafa'atahu yawm al-qiyamah. And innaka la tughlibul mi'ad is in, people have narrated this. I could not find this in any narration chain. Anyhow, this is the dua in which if you ask for Rasulullah for wasila, then he said, whosoever recites the dua after azan, hallat lahu shafa'ati, then for him my intercession will become incumbent and I will speak up for him on the day of Qiyamah. So wasila is for him. Over here, Mujaddid Al-Fisani, Sheikh Ahmad Al-Sarhindi rahmatullahi alayhi, a great sheikh of the 10th century after Hijrah. He was called Mujaddid Al-Fisani. He was the Mujaddid, the reviver of the second 1,000. The first 1,000 finished and the second 1,000 started. And Akbar had started a Deen Ilahi in India, which was at the peak of its civilization at that time. And he had started Deen Ilahi. He had invented many things in that Deen Ilahi. He had corrupted Deen Islam. So Mujaddid Al-Fisani rahmatullah alayhi was a great sheikh, हाँ समझ में आ गया भाई, अभी बंद करना है। अच्छा जी 5 मिनट ब्रेक at 3:45, ठीक है जी। हाँ मुजद्दिद अल-बिस्तानी रहमतुल्लाहि अलैह, he revived the deen and brought life back into Deen al-Islam. It's a long story, I don't want to go into that. In his maktubat, he has 3-4 volumes of his maktubat, very nice maktubat. They've been translated from Farsi into Urdu and in English as well, and in Arabic as well. Hazrat Allama Alusi Baghdadi rahmatullah alayhi narrates some of his maktubat in his tafsir as well. So Hazrat says that once it dawned upon me that I should pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask Allah to specialize this wasila for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened in front of me that I have made it special for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the condition of mashayikh, they pray for special things. It does not mean that we have to stop praying. No, we have to pray because Rasulullah has told us. This came in his mind and he prayed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did ilham to him that I have made it exclusively for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So this is one of his attributes, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him that special wasila for him. Number 22, another favor is Kal Kawthar, which he will be given in the garden, and the basin which he will be given at the standing. Hawz Kawthar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Suratul Kawthar, Bismillahir Rahmanir Raheem, Inna a'tainaka al-Kawthar, fasalli li rabbika wanhar, inna shani'aka huwa al-abtar. This is, surely we have given you al-Kawthar. What is Kawthar? Rasulullah said, Nahrun wa'adanihi Rabbi Azza wa Jal. It is a river or a pool or a pond which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised me. The water will be sweeter than honey, whiter than milk, and it will be massive. The corners will be same, and there will be jugs and glasses to the equivalent of the stars in the sky, and it will be given to me in the plain of resurrection. Whosoever comes to me on that Hawz Kawthar and drinks from it will never feel thirsty after that. Meaning, after that he will go for his hisab and kitab and reckoning, and he will go move on to Mizan, where the deeds will be weighed on the scales. He will have to cross the bridge, Sirat, and he will have to go through many processes in that plane of resurrection. But if he has drunk from the Hawz or Kawthar, then he will never feel thirsty after that until he is admitted into Jannah, no matter how much he has to stay in the Maidan and the plane of resurrection for Hisab Kitab. May Allah Pak give us all the water of Al-Hawz al-Kawthar on the day of Qiyamah. So this is specially for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Another one is expressed by the words of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are the last, the forerunners, the last in time and the forerunners in virtues and qualities. We mentioned this before. Number 24, another favor is that the booty was made lawful for him while it was not made lawful for anyone before him. The rows of his community. This we have discussed in the morning. أُحِلَّتْ لَنَا الْغَنَائِمِ. The rows of his community were made like the rows of the angels, and the whole earth was made a mosque for him, and its earth was made a means of purification. We have discussed this in the morning. These special qualities indicate his high rank and the kindness shown to his community. One favor is that Allah exalted is He, praised His character and said, Indeed, you are truly vast in character. This is in reference to the ayat in Suratul Qalam in the 29th Sipara. In the third ruku', Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Raheem, Noon wal qalami wa ma yasturun, ma anta bi ni'mati rabbika bi majnoon, wa inna laka la ajran ghayra mamnoon, wa innaka la ala khuluqin azim. Noon, by the pen and what they write. You, by the favor of your Lord, are not insane. And for you is a reward which is great and immense. And surely you are of a sublime character.